What's up, guys? Today we're talking about the absolute content creation game changer, the DJI Mic, and we're kind of trying to figure out whether it's worth all the hype, I guess. Okay, so right out of the box, it's not right out of the box. I've been using it for like 2 months now. But right out of the box, the DJI Mic just screams quality. It's lightweight. It feels sturdy. It doesn't feel like just a big giant chunk of plastic. It feels like a very substantial thing. The DJI Mic inspires confidence. It really does. It makes you feel like you bought something that is premium, and I really like that. You guys should know my reviews by now. I'm not one to list every single feature that whatever I'm talking about has. That's just not me. I'm not going to sit here and talk about every piece of kit that comes with and what the box has and what it's made out of. I'm not going to do all of that. I'm going to give you my professional opinion on whatever it is we're talking about that day. And for me, the top 3 things that I really like about the DJI Mic, is going to be one, the noise reduction is out of this world. Like right now, my neighbors are like, I don't even know at this point. Last week they were tearing their house apart or whatever, and this week it sounds like they're hand grinding steel beams in their backyard. So I don't know what they're doing, but can you guys hear that? Because I can hear it, and it's super freaking loud. It's ridiculously loud. But I just looking at the monitor for the DJI Mic, the receiver, nothing. It doesn't look like you can hear that stuff at all, and it is very loud. Something else that I really like about the DJI Mic is its range. The fact that I can get it through at least a couple of walls. Like if here, I'll show you guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna do stuff. I'm gonna keep talking, and you guys can hang out right there. And I'm gonna walk all the way to the other side of my house, which is about 150 feet. I'm just gonna keep walking and keep walking, and it's probably gonna start cutting out somewhere around here. I'm all the way in the bedroom. There's like 12 walls in between us. I don't know. It might be fine. But we'll see. We'll see in the recording. We'll see when I edit this, whether it was fine or not. I'm going to assume that it was fine, because it's always been fine. It is really good at what it does. It's really good at transmitting through things and around things and long distances. And yeah, I'm thoroughly surprised by some of the situations I've put it in, and it just was like, whatever. Just shrugged it off. The next thing that I personally really love about the DJI Mic is gonna be the battery life and the charging case. The fact that you can just stick this back in the little case, and I don't think I've charged the case once since I've bought it, and I've used this 20, 30 times. It's just, it boggles the mind, because I've used the crap out of it, and I think I've charged it once. Like I charged it when I bought it, and that's about it. And I've used it, well, I guess I haven't used it for a total of 15 hours yet. So that's probably why it's still going. But I've used it, 20, 30 minutes at a time, almost 20 times. And it's just we're still rolling, still chugging along. Everything has full charge. It says I have 15 hours of recording time on everything. And yeah, it's been a wonder. It's been wondrous. Something I do want to show you guys, however, that I probably normally wouldn't show or wouldn't do, is I want to show you what the DJI mic sounds like, and then what the bare mic on my camera sounds like for comparison. So give me a second, I'll get that set up. So this is the bare camera mic with not a shotgun, nothing. This is just what the camera will record on its own with the two little dot mics that are on the top of it. This is what you get from the capsule inside the camera. And of course, this is what you get from the DJI Mic. And honestly, at the distance that my camera is, with the 50 millimeter on it, you're not going to get much better from a shotgun mic than the capsule in the camera. You're just not. And the DJI Mic, like I showed you, walking all the way across my house, it does a damn good job of showing things at a distance. You don't have to worry about where your camera is. You just kind of, or where you are in relation to the camera. You just hook it up, record, go about your business. You can be 60 feet away if you want. You could be behind a wall and coming around the corner if you want. And it just works. Like Todd Howard says, just works. Something else that I think is really cool is that the charging case is magnetic. So you literally just drop your mic in there. Everything is nice and magnetic and snappy. Even the little attachments for your cell phone are nice and snappy and stay in place, and you don't have to worry about them disappearing or falling out. It has really nice rubber feet on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about the thing falling over or sliding. I don't know, DJI just makes such good products. And they always surprise me, I gotta be honest. They always surprise me, because I always think that they are going to go the way that a lot of other companies do and make really good products up front and then just kind of either abandon them, or you buy the same product 10 months later and it's half the product it used to be, and the batteries don't last as long and everything feels cheaper, and that just isn't the case with DJI. So I do appreciate that. And I appreciate them for putting so much work into making sure that their products have a standard of quality that just isn't seen in any industry anymore at all. So now I guess what we're gonna show, or what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna give you kind of like a sound quality comparison. I'm gonna put up a bunch of things where I'm using the DJI Mic to do different stuff, and just kind of see with the noise isolation, the low cut filter, all that stuff, all of the different voice isolation processes that are built into this camera, like what they all together, what they, Jesus, I cannot speak today. What all together they do to get good sound quality in very challenging conditions. And if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, then you've seen some of the conditions I've put this mic in already. Yeah. We're gonna cut to that now though. Okay, so it's probably way too loud for you guys to actually hear me, but behind me here is the falls that we kayaked all the way out here for at the Ass Crack of Dawn. You expect me to read instructions and info and all of that?
Yes.
The wind is going to murder me. Waiting for the wind to go. Oh crap, I said when to go.
So the benefit of having my hair pre-clipped is that I can just take this clip out and move on to the next section. Boop. Here we go. It's on my scalp.
So as you can see, the noise reduction, the low cut filter, the voice isolation, all the different features on this thing that make it better than its competitors they make a difference. They are true to spec, if you would want to say it that way. They deliver exactly what they say they're going to. And honestly, in some of those clips, I assumed that you guys wouldn't be able to hear me at all. And you could hear me crystal clear. It was super surprising. Like the one with the waterfall, I didn't expect to be able to actually be heard. I was just so excited, and I just was like, I need to talk, I need to record this, I need to share, and expected it all to just come out as static, and it didn't. and just the dynamic range for sound that these mics have for how small they are is impossible. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously good, impossibly exceptionally good. I love how versatile this thing is. Like, you can use it for a podcast, you can use it, you know, as a professional filmmaker, because these are wireless, so they're really easy to hide. You can put a lav mic in the top of one if you wanted to. You can hook it up, like I've done a couple of times, to a shotgun mic and have a wireless shotgun mic now that you can put right on top of your subject in interviews. It's really versatile. It's probably the most versatile tool in my toolbox outside of probably the 360 camera that I reviewed last week. The link to that is up here. Up there. I don't remember. They put us in this box and they don't tell us where all the things are. So it's somewhere around here. There'll be a link or a card telling you about that other video. But yeah, I would definitely watch that, because that's also a very versatile piece of gear that just lives in my bag, because this also lives in my bag. Even when I'm taking photos, this lives in my bag. So, like I said, most versatile mic on the market. It's all-encompassing, all-in-one, has built-in battery. You can plug it into a cell phone. You can plug it into a camera. You can plug it, I don't know, probably plug it into your computer. I haven't tried that. I didn't see anything about that, but hell, it does everything at this point. I would not be surprised if you could set it up to be plugged into your computer. And I guess the last thing that I think I want to talk about specifically about features-wise is that there's this pretty little record button on the side of the DJI mic. And I know you probably can hear me doubled up and I'm tapping it and stuff, but still, there's a record button on the side and you can record internally on the DJI mic, and this little red light comes on. You can plug this into your computer after that and download that audio recording. So you don't even really need to use the receiver that plugs into the camera at all. If you think that the receiver is going to miss out on audio or start cutting out or anything like that, you can also record internally on the DJI mic and use that audio and sync that to whatever you think you need to sync it to. That by itself, as a feature, is astonishing. It's more than you can ask for. You get wireless transmitting and receiving and internal recording and 15 hours of battery life, and you can plug it into your cell phone. It's like they took every mic option that you could buy and put it all in one place, all in one very, very sleek little box. I guess the final verdict would be that, in my professional opinion, is the DJI mic worth all the hype? Is it worth the money? And my answer is 1,000,000%. If you don't have one, buy one. If you have one, buy a second one. It's worth every penny, and you just don't find gear this versatile all the time. And I feel like between the two things that I reviewed the last week, this is the most versatile gear that I have found and enjoyed, and has lasted long enough for me to review it. It's powerful, and it changed how I recorded my videos. It changed how I recorded a lot of my client work. It's changed essentially my entire audio game has been changed thanks to this right here. And it's small, lightweight, worth your time, worth your money. Go out and grab one. With that, that's all I got for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I'm posting up some hot new freshness. I sounded really lame there with that. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.